Hey, yo, 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 and away we go. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Mike the Ref Twitch stream simulcasting both on YouTube and on Twitch. Once again, we are back on both ships here. Good to see everybody here. Good, I'm a little bit dark. Like I said, new program, new camera. Well, old camera, getting new again. Got to get the settings right, and yeah, that's pretty much been my last couple days here. But my big surprise that I was mentioning about, if you guys haven't seen, I'm looking more and more like a nerd every day. 2 new pairs of glasses today, thanks to Specsavers. Apparently, my right eye wasn't as good as well as it used to be, so now I get to look a little more snazzy and a little more. Well, I have this pair, and I also have like a metal pair that's a little thinner, so. At least all the scheduled matches will happen since there was a blizzard in Omaha. Yeah, Jay Quick. By the way, good to see you here tonight. Yeah, I'm really hoping that we get a chance to see everybody here on the show tonight, because I know Billy's been talking about it all day about how she's going to be facing Mercedes, but it wasn't a match that was actually put up with a graphic. Mox drove 11 hours. That doesn't surprise me. That's a Moxley thing to do. But how's your week been, folks? I haven't seen you guys since Sunday. Guys and girls, I haven't seen you since Sunday here. As things have been going a little bit crazy, a little bit nuts, a little bit all over the place. We've been having a lot of fun with a lot of things going on and whatnot. So, does Athena show up tonight? It wouldn't surprise me. But I also think they might lead it over for later. But Billy did mention Athena in a couple of her posts online today. So there is a possibility that could happen. So you never know at this point. But yeah, Mox and Cope, I don't think anybody's really looking to see that. You also got Chris Statlander, which, by the way, got the shirt. Came in late last week. Both my shirts came in. If you were here on Saturday, you saw my MJF versus Kazuya Tekken 8 versus AEW shirt. I also got one other one. I hope to put in another day here just because we are getting close to... Well, another wrestler's been making a lot of progress here, and I always love supporting independent wrestling, so, and independent wrestlers per se, the good ones. So we'll let you guys see that when we get later on here. I'll leave it as a surprise for y'all. But yeah, just looking into tonight, we got. I would start with Stat and Bane. To be honest, you start with the 4-way or you start with the world title match. One or the other. You don't... Those are your 2 biggest matches tonight, realistically. The 4-way for the winner taking on Omega. Or the heavyweight title match. So you go one or the other first. I think you put both women's matches in the middle. Sorry, I've been running around a little bit, so wanted to make sure I got a little bit of a beverage in me before we get going here. Yeah, I wonder how this... I bet you the Death Riders come in and interfere and end this. This feud is going to end weirdly. And there it is, Mercedes and Billy. So, people were crapping about me about why is there no graphic? They're not going to have this match, yada, yada, yada. Then you got Bane and Statlander. Like, we got 2 women's matches on Dynamite tonight, folks. Hopefully none of them end up being like 30 seconds. All right, you shut me up. AR Fox will Ospreay. I thought Ospreay went home. He was cooking steaks for his wife. Yep, like I said, you start with the 4-way, you start with the heavyweight, one or the other. And, of course, Orange Cassidy gets his favorite spot right at the start of the show. That was pre-recorded, Stakes. You guys hear the rim shot okay? I'm testing everything out to make sure it's working here. Got a few extra sounds in here. Got to add a few more yet. That's the one thing. I didn't get the stream. Rim shot was louder than me? Yeah, that's what I figured. Let me... By the way, good to see you, Zodiac. Always appreciate it. The fact we could get Omega versus Speedball, absolutely. I can adjust this while we're chatting here, folks, so... I don't need to blow out your eardrums today. I don't want to see OC and Omega. Why not? OC and Omega would be a lot of fun. I think you do the Speedball match just... No, we didn't. Jay Quick, correct yourself. We have not seen OC versus Omega. We have seen OC versus Omega versus Pac, but we have not seen OC versus Omega one-on-one. And most of these fans haven't. If you're thinking about that Double or Nothing main event for the world title back when Omega was champ, that would have been, yeah, that would have been the... that would have been, yeah, that would have been a triple threat. So we're getting Callis on commentary too. Davis does look ready. I'm glad that he's wearing a jacket tonight. Just makes him look more not like a hired piece of meat tonight. There's only two conceivable winners, Speedball or OC. It could be Mark Davis just to piss off the world. Hey, McG, how you doing? Forgive me if you hear some... If I look a little distracted for a moment here. I'm just adjusting. You know when you get a new system and you're trying to adjust the volume? Still recovering from the plague? What, did you actually go to a Leafs game or something? I'm hoping that sounded a little better. But yeah, just it's been a crazy couple days trying to get this together here. One dude takes the pin. I'm pretty sure Davis is there to do that. As much as I love Davis and I love his career, he's typically the fall guy in a kind of match like this. Who knows? Ricochet might have to take the fall out of getting pissed off with somebody, right? All right, I think I got all the sounds adjusted for now. I don't have all of them up. Forgive me, I didn't get a chance to, grab all of them all of a sudden. And they could continue the Callis family's resent. Well, if Callis interferes, then you can start with the bad luck part. Forgive me if I'm wiggling a little bit. When you get brand new glasses, you're sort of wondering why. They almost feels weird that you have them there and that, so. I love how Taz is identifying exactly who Orange Cassidy is. He's the one in the jeans. If Callis interferes, does Omega come out and run him off? Maybe not. It depends on the situation, right? And Ricochet playing the chicken shit heel. God love it. Oh, man. Do you want to talk about matches I want to see? Here we go. Speedball Ricochet. That is going to be... No, this is first fall to a finish. No, you definitely want to have two heels in this match if you're going to have... I love it. 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 Look crispy. Well, we are up at 60 FPS, so I'm glad that that's working out. This looks almost like a match I always thought I wanted. So we're going to get little bits and pieces here. A match like this actually works out really well. Because if you get little clips and little pieces here and there, little pieces here and there, you can actually see what the crowd is attracted to, and if you're Tony Khan, you can book those matches. Granted, when it comes to the women's division, well, you know, just when it comes to that, but I digress. Oh, God. Well, that should paralyze him, apparently. Women's and Max Caster. Well, does anybody want to see Max Caster?
Sir, no, sir!
Simon Miller is loving Max. Well, I think Max, well, it's free content too, right? It's also, it is hilarious what he's doing. Like, he's doing the Heath Slater gimmick from 2013, really. Where he thinks he can take on anybody, and he takes on, remember when he was taking on any legend? And every legend would come out and kill him? And the night that it finished was probably one of the best ones, period, for that. But yeah, but right now, watching Davis just dominate is fun. Simon said Max will get his win when he slips on a banana peel. Fair enough. I fear Max faces a return Bowen, so that's the feud go. You can't avoid that feud, Nats. You need that feud. You need to get through it. You need to go around it. We already have Callis on commentary. Why do we need Ricochet there? Max Caster. You know what? Caster's doing a real good job of what he's doing. I still think, you know, the Acclaim deserved a little bit better, but if you're going to break it up, this is the way to do it, right? So he's aware people think of it as break. When it comes to the people from the Acclaimed, for me, it's not It's not the fact that they're doing anything bad now. It's the fact that they had to go there. Ricochet put the headset down. Yeah, fair enough. He doesn't even play that well on the PS5 either, so... Yeah, I love how Callis did realize that Ricochet held on to the stunner, but he was hanging on to it for a reason, and I'm not doing this just to have the gun show out, so. It's so that Bayley could get up there and hit him with the knees. Did you hear TK said, Camille? It makes sense. Like, she's done her promo work for Queen of the Ring. She's done all her work that she had to do with that. I bet you she had some injuries and some personal stuff to deal with. Her husband did a hell of a great job this weekend over at Maple Leaf Pro. The NWA World Champion Thomas Latimer. He was setting up for the orange punch, and he's like, nope. According to Kazarian, TNA's looking for... AEW's looking for a bigger TV network. WWE's looking for a bigger TV network. It's all about standards. I'm sure they were thinking that they needed more... Paradox, you're right there too. You've been looking for a bigger TV network. I've been looking for a bigger TV network, but apparently we're getting it tonight because you guys are just filing in left, right, center, all over the place. I really want to go to one of those Maple Leaf Wrestling Show 2 hour. McGee, how close are you to Toronto? How close are you to Toronto, McGee? It's got to be less than 2 hours. An hour with good traffic. All right, well, they're doing the Matme Center in May. So, I believe it's May 12th. It's the second weekend in May. It's not the May long weekend. You know, that's sacred here in Canada. But the weekend before, they're actually crowning their first ever women's champion there with Giselle Shaw taking on Kylie Ray. And Josh Alexander is going to be returning to the ring at that show. And basically they're having like a gauntlet for their Maple Leaf Pro Championship, or one of the big championships they have there. So this is like their WrestleMania kind of show coming up in May here in Toronto. So I would highly recommend you take a look into that because, yeah, that would definitely be a look-see to check out. If it wasn't like, a 5-hour flight to get over there, I might take a shot of heading out there, but... But yeah, this match here, it basically is everybody beat up on Davis. Davis beat up on everybody else. It was really weird how they had 2 faces win on Wednesday and 2 heels win on Saturday to qualify for this, so... Their home seems to be winner, but easily go to Toronto. Yeah, like, their home is Windsor. That's where Scott D'Amore's training academy is for everyone, so... Like, I believe Scott D'Amore was the guy in charge of Border City Wrestling before, which was based out of Windsor. When that got shut down, he's reviving Maple Leaf Pro with all these extra wrestlers. A lot less shows, of course, but... Hey, Vic, how you doing here tonight, sir? Hope everything is going well for you. I hope everything's going well for everybody. We got everybody and their dog coming in tonight. And I'm very happy to see it here. Chat, while it's burning in the back of my head here. Yes, I know, that's weird. What do you guys want to see from me after this with WWE 2K25? Because we're wide open until we get started here with my GM. Literally, I don't even have the overlay set up for it yet, so I can't do it yet. So create the roster. Well, I've been downloading a ton of people, so I don't know how it works. Do we have to invite everybody first and then create the roster, or just create the roster, period? Because I'll tell you, there's a bunch of AEW wrestlers that have downloaded. I just was on there for an hour before we started just to make sure I got through all that legal crap. Me, you, McGee, KJ, and others cannot be downloaded. Oh, fair enough. Yet. They didn't offer you enough. Well, you know what? It's all about them dollar bills, y'all. Where is that here? If I could upload my character from PS4 2K24 country. We're gonna have to see what we could do here. Like, it wouldn't surprise me if a lot of us end up being like the free agents that they bring out, but I think we're gonna have to work on that. But Speedball versus Orange would be a great one. Well, we were looking at that. Speedball at Orange, Speedball at Ricochet. No. And there's Davis. So he didn't hit his finisher, so that works. And now Orange is about to eat a 630. Two shooting star press, he still kicks out. Poor Orange, he's getting the Mark Briscoe role. Being the top wrestler and getting the crap kicked out of him. There we go. And inside out. See, and I'll say this. In this match here, I can forgive them for doing the same color gear, essentially, just because there are 4 people in the match. Jesus! These 4 are going nuts here with each other. So many different stories are told in a match like this, and this is why AEW, I love what they do. Oh, and Ricochet got caught on his own. Oh, we almost got Orange there. We almost got Orange with a win there. Oh, that would have been fun. That would have been fun. Watch the internet melt as Bayley doesn't get Omega right off the bat. Springboard Steineline. Well, this is a kickboxing movie I've always wanted to see. And I think Bayley was supposed to go down, but he didn't notice. My God. Davis and Brody King would be a lot of fun. Davis is so on. Oh my God. Bayley just shot in there like a cannon. What a freaking match. It looks like 4 different people had a chance to win already. All right, here we go. Whirling Dervish coming up. Oh my God. Are we getting a triple threat? Are we getting a triple threat, or are we continue this match? There's the horse shit shenanigans again. And of course, it's Remsburg. It's the Ricochet way. So we got the triple threat. I don't hate it, but what we could have had. This is going to be nuts. Honestly, I'd like to see one-on-one just because it is Omega, and Omega excels in those one-on-one matches. Yes, I know. Kenny Omega excels in every match, but like, it's going to be a good match regardless. It just saves us for the fact we get to get those one-on-one matches later on. So I'll take it as a bonus. I'll take it as a win. Forgive me, chat. I will... Where is that here? Did I not even put the coin on here? All right, I got to add that in later. Wasn't expecting that outcome at all. It could be a 30-minute highlight. And Paradox, that's exactly the point. That is the best part about this right now, is the fact that we are going to get like 30 minutes of highlights. Hold the brakes. He doesn't excel with the boring bucks. Sorry, Mats. I missed that for a second there. Well, we said Davis to take the pin. I really need to get that gold coin added on here. Keep the Bucks up. They'll be back. Like, they got, like, I think it's like an 8-match deal or something like that. They gave up the New Japan tag titles, the IWGP ones, so... Let's face it, they don't need to wrestle a whole lot to get over, right? And every single situation that they've been set up in, they just... Why would you bring them around right now? That's the thing. Who's the most dominant team in AEW right now? The Hurt Syndicate. Do you want to put the Hurt Syndicate up against the Bucks? Maybe. But I just have a feeling that the Hurt Syndicate right now needs to be as dominant as possible. You don't do that by putting the Bucks in there with them. Because you know the Bucks are going to have to get over, right? Yeah, exactly. I'd use the Bucks as... Well, I'm trying to be respectful to the point here where we do know that the Bucks are pretty awesome team, right? Like, let's face it, they are an awesome team. But they also, they're small. Formerly awesome. Well, you know what? They still have their spots. And you know what? The fans here at AEW would eat them up. If you brought them in for a pay-per-view or a special match and you hype it the way that the Bucks do, you'll be eating that match out of the palm of your hand. You will be loving every second of it. And frankly, more often than not, when it comes to a Young Bucks match, we're all enjoying it for everything except the result. If you really look at it, like we're all loving it, except the result sucks. The Bucks work best as an attraction. They show up for a really short story, hit their spots, and leave for a few months, repeat. Paradox is right on the money here. And sorry, I guess I'll go that way just to, indicate here. Like, very smart, very eloquent how to put it there as well. Like, there's some wrestlers you don't need to see every day. And that's also like Okada right now. Like, we know Okada's great. So do you really need to see him a whole lot? No. Does he need a title? No, not that either. But we look at this and we sort of, okay. I do think we are going to end up with an Intercontinental title by the time we're done. Oh, and for the record, speaking of taking things that other brands have, with the current announcement today of England, the second England tour of AEW, of WWE, coming up in August, you cannot tell me that they're trying to... They're not trying to get involved in interfering with ticket sales of other companies. Does Nick Wayne get involved tonight? Chat, you tell me. Does Nick Wayne get involved in the main event tonight? Because Christian Cage has promised that Cope will never be world champion. But we also see the spot last week, or last Saturday, where Nick Wayne basically stood up to Christian for about a minute and a half until his wife was told if she doesn't smarten up, she'll be back to waiting at that diner overnight. Waffle House overnight. Sorry, my bad. Yeah, that was great on Saturday. Nick Wayne gets involved by stopping Christian from getting... That's what we were talking about, basically. $6:30. We're 30 minutes in. Missed Saturday because you were... I recommend going back and checking out the show. The matches were decent. Most of the matches were decent, but It was a filler show. Definitely go check out the main event. Is it the good old hockey state with my North? Yeah, that's right. You give me the goal horn for that. Yeah, we're getting Fox and Ospreay tonight. They were announcing that during the show. But yeah, the fact that we're getting Mercedes and Billy Starks tonight, like, there's a lot of history here if you didn't know. I get the feeling that was a we really didn't fight. It was all a setup thing. I don't think anyone was turning on Christian. That's fair too. We could do that. It could be like that too, and it'll be just as good. Like right now is a perfect reason for everybody to get their ROH subscription. Just go back and watch Billy's matches, Billy's rise. And now they're showing all the details here. The pic of Billy as a kid meeting Monet has been floating a lot around today. Well, Billy essentially, I do believe, was a Bayley fan, not a Monet fan. Because I was reading a post about how Billy was... One of her earliest memories was heckling Monet from the crowd because Bayley told her to. And the only reason her dad got upset is the fact that she didn't do it enough. I could submit a post-match beatdown Billy, then Athena comes out. What about Shock of the World tonight? What about Shock of the World? Because Billy is the former second title champion of... She isn't even a full minion. She's minion in training. She ain't winning. Fair enough. Fair enough. Billy is amazing. Like, so many good things about Billy. Can I appreciate the black versus the white gear once again? I know that's a big picky thing that I have as I'm going along. And for those that are new and haven't been around a whole lot, my biggest beef has always been, if you're in the back of the bleachers, having two people with the same color gear really hurts the ability of us to, in the bleacher section, the deep section, to pick out who is who sometimes during the match. Time to showcase the young talent and build her the fuck up. I honestly feel like I would love to see Billy win tonight, but and just think, we are getting 2 feature matches for the women tonight, not just one. It's a good point I never thought of. The number one rule in the theater is to pop the people in the back. Yeah. Have you seen the match between Billy and Nick Wayne? No, I haven't, but I've heard a lot of good things. Speaking of proper builds or terrible ones, Mike, thoughts on handling Io? I honestly feel that most of the booking at WWE now is a little confusing to me. I know where they're going. I just don't know why they're going there. Well, I used to give Triple H a little bit of credit for the fact that that he just couldn't book female talent without a title. Now he's having a problem booking a feud with a title. And the fact that Io is a former two-time champion and she's being overlooked through the whole thing and basically being a third wheel in this whole thing is just, ugh. Trips is having a book problem. Well, let's not let McGee get into this. Seriously, think Rock had hands over it? He could, he might not. I don't even want to speculate. He's trying to book to please everyone. No, it's one thing I've heard, and it's a big thing that I do know that even Tony Khan's got to think about, and he's thought about it a lot. Do you really want to postpone some of these dream matchups? Because if you do, then there might be a possibility you might not get them. Look what happened with Danielson. There were so many matches left on the table with Bryan Danielson. Why do you think they had to push the Nigel versus Bryan match to Grand Slam when they didn't get a build? Dream matchups are fine, but not when in WWE, I agree. With AEW, not so much, because we're getting, for many people, just a few years ago, AR Fox versus Will Ospreay would have been a dream match we're getting on a random Dynamite. AR Fox on the indie scene was at that level for a while. Of course, he's been underbooked at AEW because, well, AEW, why are we having a dream match? Why? Because. Exactly. When you hype up your promotion based on when you hype up on your promotion talking about how you create stories, you sort of typecast yourself into having to build those stories. Which means you really could get you could get punted for that quite a bit. You could have a lot of problems with it. We're having a dream match. Why? Complicated, stupid reasons. We're also turning somewhat heel for the dumbest reason. Well, I've heard, to be perfectly honest, and I know I haven't talked about it a whole lot here because, well, I was going to talk about it on Saturday, but we were just too busy trying to stay awake from the boredom that we had on a rather interesting episode of Collision on Saturday. Which, like I said, matches were somewhat decent, but a lot of it was a lot of double bookings and stuff, but either way. Cena's basically doing what I said he was going to be doing in terms of being a heel. He's not, in his eyes, he is not a heel. He thinks he's doing the right thing because everything else he did is not helping him. All he cares about is number 17, and all he cares about is how he feels, not how anybody else feels. Which is basically going to create that issue, right? I really love how AEW... Sorry, I'm going to burst into politics for just 1 second here, folks. In Canada here, we have one party that's been forcing out these commercials here about, we got to scrap the carbon tax. Got to scrap the carbon tax. Well, the new prime minister scrapped the carbon tax, so their entire campaign just. Oh, please let that MJF be pre-record. Yeah, absolutely. I don't think it will be though. Mainly because of the snowstorm. No one respects me. Shut up. Everyone loved you. I didn't love him. I'll be fine with Io's part of the story if she wins at Mania. Other than that, she looks like poop. I guess there's time for her to build a Vicious and the rest of the build to destroy Bianca and Rhea. Then a loss at Mania won't seem so bad. Wow. I don't think they do it. I'll be honest. I don't think they do it. I completely think Rhea wins. Like, if you can build a story out of this and get Io to that level, she reminds me a lot of what happened with Rhea Ripley WrestleMania 37. And if you don't remember which that one was, that was Charlotte wins NXT title, lol. Think Bianca wins to keep her streak. Could be a possibility. That also Bianca wins, lol, could also fit there. Bianca wins so they can push Jade versus Bianca for the title. I still feel Bianca did it. Bianca helped. I still think Bianca helped. If Jade shows up as champion, oh my God, we're going to be laughing. We're going to be laughing at WWE for months. No, you're wishing it into existence, Big G. Just talking about it, you're wishing it into existence. So I thank you for that. Thank you for creating chaos wherever you go. You're willing it. No, I think you're willing it. I love how this is going right now. Like, let's cut all the BS and let's get rid of all the junk out there. Like, I don't think their match at Revolution was all that great, Momo and Mercedes. But that could have been a lot to do with the fact that Momo apparently was walking out on crutches from the show. But other than that, outside of the Brit match, I think Mercedes has done an absolutely fantastic job here. I never bought that Bianca did a theory. Why would she give up her chance to be the first women's U.S. champion? Sometimes, you know, people can think they're below certain titles. Counter, 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 counter. Oh, that was a knee. That was a knee. That was a boot. That was a clothesline. And that is a double down. That is a hell of a double down there. I love that knee by Billy there, just to set that all up. Whole lot of awesomeness there. And the fact they aren't going into a hard striking match here, right? We'll see, McGee. Love you, smart. Sorry, play it. Yeah. Oh, look out! Victory roll! Can you tell me that this is not something that would main event a at least a Dynamite, if not a pay-per-view? Like, literally, you could almost feel the entire division just got leveled up to another extra boost here. I could tell you that, but I would be lying. I'll put this here. That could be a positive or a negative, whichever way you want to take it. Oh my God. Most protected move in wrestling. Two-winged angel there. Jesus. Mercedes might be done. I think Billy just leveled the crowd here. Like, this is leveling up the women's division. That move looked awesome. That's basically a one-winged angel without the wing. Oh, God. Jesus. And look at that roll through. Damn. The straight drop makes it look at yeah. And the way that Mercedes countered that. Literally bringing her into the ring with that pinfall and then turning it right into that statement maker. Ska and pro wrestling are the only true forms of art. That match felt great. That match felt great. More, please. More, please. And this is the same thing that happened against Athena. One mistake. One little mistake by Billy cost her the match every time. Billy made a rookie mistake if Aaron capitalized. I hope they build off that, put Billy more on team. Absolutely. And I don't think Athena comes out tonight because of the snowstorm. Thank you. That was amazing. The full practice that these guys took part in there. With March Madness going on tomorrow, this is actually a really great crossover. This is actually... Tony Khan is a marketing genius in many ways here, folks. Little thing like this. The Outriders are who you want people to see on TV. Who are they? But the fact that, you know, they're guys that you want to go take a look and see who they are. Not that way. It's all about game personalities out there, my friend. Because let's put it this way. If you have the very vanilla character as part of it, you're not going to get a whole lot out of that, right? What the frick? They're the Dutchhausen replacements, huh? Folks, I would just like to mention to each and every one of you that it most likely appears, and they really could screw this up and put Osprey and Fox as a main, but it looks like Statlander and Bane are going to main event tonight. Can we just take that in for 1 sec here? The fact that they're giving Megan Bane all the spotlight right now. Statlander's a perfect opponent for her. Tony Storm on commentary. Oh, I'll take...
No, please, no.
I had to. But think about it. They almost got 20 minutes tonight as well. Like, that's another part that's a big bonus here tonight is the fact that. Also, do you think this might be a little comment for Tony Khan telling us that he screwed up at the pay-per-view? Having this in the middle of the card instead of the main event, saying, yeah, I should have done this on the pay-per-view as well. I think it very well could have been, and have the women main event here. Just to be, Tony Khan's never going to openly come out and say, I screwed up, I should have put the women at the main event. He's never going to come out and say it. You never admit defeat, especially in this climate of wrestling media just saying, ugh. Like, this media wrestling climate, could you imagine JD from New York commenting if Tony Khan came out and said, I screwed up? As much as I want to hear about him as much as I want to hear him on commentary during a Mercedes Moné match. Let's just call it at that. She's a big woman that could easily destroy everyone. Looks like they found their Jade replacement. My favorite kind of woman. I'm also a fan of that kind of woman. Like I said, like they could screw it up again tonight if they have AR Fog. Not necessarily, because let's just say it's not. And I don't want to say screw it. I do have a bad term when I say screw it up there, because let's face it, Will Ospreay is going to give you. Will Ospreay and Kenny Omega are pretty much on par with each other for like. When are you going to see a bad match out of these guys? Never. So, but I do feel that having the women in the main event here and going off the air with Megan Bayne and Toni Storm face to face, maybe with Camille coming back. Like you heard, Tony Khan usually doesn't bring up wrestlers unless they're getting used right away. So if you're hearing that Camille is going to be used again, there's probably a reason they mention that. And JD is an absolute loser. Yeah, like, let's just. I will never be in a position where I want to hate watch anything. And as much as he says, oh, he does it for the clicks, he does it for the views, you do not do that for your mental health. And straight up, he's just a moron. Camille should get one of those belts off Monet. Maybe. His gimmick isn't even funny. Yeah. Oh, it's not funny. No, what do you think? Does MVP actually convince MJF to join? It's a liar is what he is. He just yells and screams. Yeah. Never forget, JD is the IWC version of Darkside Phil. And of course, I look at my numbers, and I'm the high. This is the highest we've been. Well, hell, since last week. Don't see MJF joining a group. He might start another one. Do yourself a favor, look it up. Or McGee, feel free to throw in some McGee, Zodiac. Feel free to throw in some ideas about him. Do you think Swerve will get the absolutely?
So as far as your offer goes, MVP, I'm gonna have an answer for you and for the world next week. But what I would like to do is leave all of you morons with this. The time for Daddy crying over spilled milk is over. The time for me to smile over pop champagne, well, that's just begun.
Oh, he's turning into a miserable prick again. Oh no, Nats fan, he's over here on Twitch, I believe, as well. I think Swerve gets the title at Dynasty, and they're working towards Hangman and Swerve. They're either going to go Hangman Swerve it all in, or they're going to go Hangman Ospreay. KJ! Oh my goodness! Yeah, that's what we were just talking about, how the women are main eventing tonight. KJ, hope you're doing well. Hope you got a chance to watch Dynamite a little bit earlier, because we just saw Billy Starks and Mercedes get 20 minutes of absolute amazeballs matchup, and Billy did not look out of place one little freaking bit. Hi. You're gonna have to go back and watch it, KJ. Like, seriously, it was a 20-minute spectacular match. So what happens when Mox wins again? It'll end up being Mox and Swerve at Dynasty. That's all. No Athena tonight. I assume because there is a major snowstorm in Omaha, they didn't book anything extra on top of anything. These guys are literally not doing the WWE thing tonight, it looks like. Props to AEW actually fighting on the street. Well, yeah, well, of course. They finished the match in the hallway. Watch that. Watch this. Okay, it's on my list to rewatch that. Billy did an absolute great job. But it looks like Megan Bain and Chris Statlander are going to be main eventing tonight. 100% agree. Billy made the most of her opportunity. Perfect example. One person goes over, two people get over, yeah. They should go outside and throw snow at each other. Oh, they're actually coming out to the arena. Cool. Yeah, the main event tonight should be a lot of fun. This looks like Mike the Ref GMO backstage brawl. Well, we'll see how that goes, because we're gonna have to set up some rules about what we show and what we do, and we're probably going to have to pick one match out of the bunch for each of us. Oh, thank you. Yes. If you guys got in late, new specs. I do have a second pair that looks similar to my old pair, but these ones feel a lot lighter on my head, so. Shivani, what are those socks you're wearing? Like, seriously. Like some orange colored thingies? Nothing wrong with a light head? Do you guys think this match would have been a lot better at Revolution if they would have done more of this stuff instead? Like, in many ways, this feels like the match. You know Cope is serious because he's wearing black jeans? Oh, yeah. Bella, eat your dinner. Somebody brought a chalkboard to the show tonight. Don't leave your kids at home for wrestling. Bring them with you. Unless it's an AEW pay-per-view, then make sure they eat their dinner first. I think it would have been received better if it didn't end that night. Yeah. Oh, if you guys go back and check out my review, which is on our YouTube channel, !YouTube, !Wrestling, that's what it is. It will, I went through a full review of the show, and basically my comment was, yeah, it should have been, it should have opened the show. This match should have opened the show if they wanted to have all the shenanigans. And let Storm and May finish it with the end right off the board and just fade to black on the show with Mariah and Tony in each other's arms. Once Stokely and Statlander to get back together, they were hilarious. Yeah. Yeah, why mid-card this? I think there's two reasons, and I was just talking about that. One, you're looking at Statlander and Bane to main event, and then Tony Storm on commentary, so you get your big face down there. And the other point is, I do think this might seriously be why Tony Khan's going to say, yeah, I fucked up last time, and now I'm going to make it right. Yeah, I know. I sort of think the same way myself, McG, just a little bit. But also the other thing about this, Vic, if you look at the time right now, top of the hour. More often than not, you want your top segments at the top and bottom of every hour. At minimum, top of every hour. Whether you're leading into it or you're leading out of it. Because traditional TV viewing, yes, I know some people actually still do that these days. People are channel surfing, trying to find something to watch. You have something crazy like this on right now, people are going to stop and watch. I just really hate the fact that this feud is still going after the pay-per-view. Oh, I thought it was it is a foam pad. Hey, the announce table's going. We're going to get rid of that early. Here comes the introduction to shenanigans, folks. Almost guarantee that at this point. Uh-oh. Oh, a bite. Death Rider on the announce table. Moxley having a euphoric moment after hitting it. And they're going to picture-in-picture after he hits his finisher. All right. Well, I wanted to give you my production error of the night, and there it is. Somebody fits their finisher, you do not go to commercial. Unless the pinfall has to happen in the ring, then, maybe. Usually when something like that happens, you gonna have a little bit of sense of urgency to get back in the ring and finish the match. Not, oh, he hit his finisher. Cope's dead. Let's go to a commercial break. We'll be right back.
You idiot!
That's there. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this right now. The fact that if they would have had this type of match during that main event, I think it would have cleaned things up a little bit more. It would have had it a little bit less. I think there would have been a little less blowback about what happened. Because there's a lot of. It's a hard-hitting match, right? It's the end of a feud. It's why Hangman and Swerve main evented in the cage, besides, attempted murder and all that stuff, just like, stuff that would promote that kind of thing. But, all right, so let me throw this out to you. GCW just announced Gabe Kidd as a Bloodsport. Okay. They also announced earlier today that Pete Dunne's going to be there. You tell me that isn't a match that you want to see in a Bloodsport ring? Not to be Josh Barnett or anything, but book that. Those two will absolutely murder each other. And we will enjoy every split second of it. I wonder who else is going to be announced for that show. Because let's face it, those Bloodsport shows they're absolutely special. I know that they've been bastardized a little bit with the creation of Raw Underground, which we're going to end up seeing here on GM mode as well. In Vegas, nonetheless, yeah, exactly. Like, half the free world outside of AEW is going to be in Vegas that weekend. It sucks that they're not going to have Supercard of Honor there. I'm assuming Tony Khan's probably going to put Supercard of Honor in Texas in July, right before All In. Moxley reminding everybody that they're number one. Remember Supercard R used to be the show Mania Week? Absolutely. I'll never forget the one weekend it was before Mania 33. You had the Bucks versus the Hardys in a ladder war on the Saturday. And the Bucks were the surprise entrants in the ladder match for the Raw tag titles on the Sunday. I basically got the biggest pop of two of the shows, two of the biggest shows on that weekend. Mox. The New Day one, yeah. Yeah, oh, there's the old school. Rake the back. Doesn't hurt. Doesn't hurt just because you look at it. Oh, that was great. Now, when is Christian coming out? Like, we almost guarantee Christian's going to be there. Oh, Nana. This match feels like as you said, right, either wrong. Yeah, like, this almost feels like this is what should have been at the show. But there is one thing I want to bring up, and I know that it might be a little controversial, so forgive me. But I honestly feel that getting Christian that contract at Wembley was the right move. With the condition that Danielson was in, they needed somebody who could take the title off him in an emergency if he did get injured. And basically, if you think of the Money in the Bank contracts for the most part, that's what they are. They are a get-out-of-jail-free card for anybody who has them. And more so for the booker. Because if he screws up some kind of booking and needs to fix it, just send the guy with the briefcase out there to reset everything. Now that, Danielson's gone and they didn't have anything really do, why not have Christian? Because you don't want to treat Christian that stupid. It's Spike! Hey, Spike, you want to go chase some cars? Nah. If you guys watch Looney Tunes as a kid, if you're as old as me, you understand that joke completely. Out of nowhere! Foley just sat up in his recliner. Yeah, but Moxley enjoys spikes out the side of his back and his head and everything else. Why are you bringing another table out? We already had 2 tables. Flaming table? Wow. I thought MJF was the guy that put the tables on fire. Oh no, here we go. Since when does Mox has been cutting for a while now? But it's always been out of nowhere. Every time I see something like that, I can't help but think he's never going to hit anyone on that thing. Not unless his name's... Oh, here we go. You were saying, Paradox? He's been doing that since he pretty much came into AEW. It's been more of a transition move, but no, he's been... Oh, no. Oh! 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 Wow! Wow! Oh, gee! Ow! Eek! Ah! Ah! Eh! Eh! Ugh! Ah! You thought they're wrong up there. I will just give you that, Paradox. Jesus. Hey, you know. Just made it to that part, yeah. Oh! Oh! And that's how you get rid of Yuta. I think the crab counter's up. Pour one up for Renee watches back. Oh, yeah, here comes Claudio. You knew everybody was coming back. Oh, oh, goody. I know it's a red liquid, but I need a beer to calm myself down on that one. Jesus. You gotta love the guy in the crowd. Come on, Swiss. Drinking John Moxley, but nah. Oh, the Kakalaki special's back. Oh, Jesus. Cash nearly killed himself there on the friggin' apron. And Dax nearly decapitates himself on the bottom rope. Cash should have brought his gun. Oh my God. Oh my God, we're getting it. Christian, where are you? We know it's coming. Still look better than Jay's botch the other day. I'm just gonna, when it comes to that, I'm just gonna disappear. Oh, there's Marina. Technically, Marina did not get him off the cover. Oh, and here's Willow. Let's resume this rivalry. Stop talking bad about the future WWE champion and Yeet has some moves. Getting knocked off your ass with somebody wearing a sweater. Taz is the line of the night so far. Drew always says you want a company chat during your big spot. Oh, there's Wayne. This is pretty much what I expected. Now we'll get the finish. This is the same thing that happened with Billy Starks, right? There it is, yep. It's going to be Death Rider's line rules, yeah. But here's the thing. Without Christian, I'll tell you what happened. I bet you Christian couldn't make it because of the storm. So you send out the other three who made it. Now we get Moxley versus Swerve. Okay, fine. This is setting up for Christian versus Cope. We're going to get a ladder match. We're going to finish this somehow. My God, that back. To be fair, the Bloodlight. Edge wasn't pinned the other. Fair enough. Why do we need this again? Let's just get... I think Mox wanted to do this more so just to say, look, this is what you guys could have had. It's to clean up the last match. That's exactly what it is. It's basically that the pay-per-view sucked. Here's how it should have been fixed. And this is the way it should have happened without... This is what should have happened without Christian showing up. Now does FTR turn heel here? Dax just got that look on his face. Moxley losing all in to Ospreay, you think? I think he's losing to Dynasty. Here we go. FTR and MJF reform the pit. Dax don't want to deal with losers. He's tired of dealing with losers. Losers lose. But that's the story we're getting to here. Agree with the all-in take? I still think it's going to be Swerve. It's either going to be Swerve Hangman or Swerve Ospreay. Swerve Ospreay to repay the favor of the first time they had this. The Pinnacle versus Hurt Business 3v3. Jesus. That would be a story. Yeah, the crowd loved this match. See? Like, so what did Cope do? What was the move that Cope did that was new tonight? They are doing the women as a main event. It also didn't follow a cage match for the ages, which Bully said was just second class. Well, Bully Ray to me in many ways, like there's so many ways I could talk about Bully Ray and the overall mental capacity of what he determines is good wrestling and whatnot, but he's just lost it. What other better way to put it? Uh-oh, here we go. We just opened up Big G here. I'll just allow this comment to throw in here. Bully says that the Rollins versus Punk pay match, how you do a cage match, he's a moron. Wait to... I'm not going to say that. I am not going to say that. For a WWE cage match, I think they did exactly what they needed to do. I didn't watch all of it, but I saw enough of it to know that that's the kind of story you tell in a WWE cage match. AEW has different rules for cage matches compared to them. So, unfortunately, you don't get that kind of... Drew versus Punk was... Yeah, absolutely. But that's Hell in a Cell. That's different. That's another level. They're supposed to... It was more of a... The level of hate that those two had for each other was not at the level that Drew and Punk had. McG. It was not even close to the level that those other two had. Basically, from what I gather, for the most part, 95% of the resentment that Rollins has for Punk is because Punk bitched out. And that pretty much goes from there. Then just Punk is like... Punk hates everybody, so that's why he didn't like anything there. So, but when it comes to AEW, you gotta level up the violence that much more. They're a different kind of product, and I find it amazing that Bully, who came from the ECW, and let's face it, what ECW was essentially a lot of over-the-top spots with a lot of technical wrestling in the middle. This is basically ECW in many ways. This can be compared to what ECW was back in their heyday, except they have a little bit more of a budget. They have a lot of great technical wrestling, but they are known for a lot of their car crashes. And there are a lot of car crashes involved here.
Welcome back to AEW Dynamite. Let's take you back to Revolution 0 Hour.
Do we have to?
What the hell was that?
I made sure that was loaded. 2023, Rollins told Phil to stay away from WWE. He's a cancer. Nobody wants him there. The hate should be real. Well, the Punk versus Drew rivalry was personal. Rollins was just trying to gatekeep for his company. Here's the difference.
The last time we saw you, you were viciously attacked by Chris Jericho at Revolution 0 Hour. How have you been and how's your family?
You know, wrestling, lucha libre, it runs in my veins. And I know the dangers. I can handle them. But what Chris Jericho did with my brother Gravity at Revolution, and that was the very first AEW show for my sister and my mother. I'm humiliated.
Sounds like Rey Mysterio. I'm not even going to go there. I'm not going to go there. Just because I'm near the end of it, I'm going to finish this off here. And yes, I understand that it's disappearing a bit. Can I have this match, please? That was a coffee pot I was drinking up. No, these are drinking jars.
It's official, Johnny TV versus Bandito. Slam Dunk Sunday.
All right, so they're doing a double taping tonight. They're doing Collision after this. But Collision, actually, if you guys haven't heard, this weekend's Collision is going to be broken up into 2 one-hour segments following NCAA, both nights. So we'll be here. The time will be floating. And Shivani's like, why the... We have a great team, but why the hell did I have to put up with that? But yeah, we'll be here both nights. Just means, got to be well, I'll have a little bit of extra break before we get the stream on Saturday, so that's extra bonus for me. But this is my favorite time of year, the March Madness tournament period. All right, chat, here's a quick question. Does Ospreay leave the ring, go immediately to the back, and get to his PS5 or his Xbox, waiting for 10 o'clock, midnight Eastern, to hook up for Assassin's Creed? Just sits in the back and gets kicked out of the building after for playing for 12 hours? I'll bet you he forgot the gear with all the snowstorms and all that. I bet you he forgot the gear. Also, the fact they probably paid him to wear it. How much longer do you think it will be until Ospreay wins the AEW World Title? I think it's either this All In or next All In. This is why I'm sort of thinking they might end up going Osprey Swerve for that main event. I think Hangman and Swerve would be a hell of a match, but you could also look at... Like, I'm thinking Hangman Swerve or Osprey Swerve. I think those are the two that we're going to get it all in as our main event. I don't think you see Moxley as our main event. I don't think Moxley's going to draw in that money that you need for it. Gracie can make a crowd of 4,000 sound like 10K. Absolutely. Nick, good to see you here. Hope you're doing well. Life is going good. Got my stream back. Got my new glasses so I can see better. Think Osprey gets it next All In when it goes back to... I'm just scared that they're going to wait an extra year for that. I'd like them to wait a year. If they go Osprey versus Swerve, Swerve's always been a tweener at the best of times, so you don't really need to flip either one. And you go for a story of respect. Swerve is the Joker. Like, one of my projects, and for those that aren't in my Discord, go down and check the panel there and sign up for it. I am going to be doing some revisions to it here soon. And a lot of them are going to be booking idea videos. And one of them that I'm planning on doing is, and I've talked about it on here before, but now that the computer's back, we're going to get this sorted. We're going to be picking wrestlers and their comic/video game equivalents. And let's face it, Swerve Strickland is the Joker. Just straight up, he said that his character's based on Jared Leto. Swerve and Osprey put on a phenomenal match for Forbidden. Yeah, like... And the biggest thing that came out of there was the fact that Osprey wanted to prove that he would be able to... Just the Joker there, Zodiac. Calm down. I know the second movie was absolutely atrocious, but Osprey wanted to prove that he would... He wanted to prove that he could put anybody over. Nobody's over putting anybody over in the company. But I think Swerve wants to return that favor, and there's no better way to return that favor than do it at the biggest show of the year for AEW. And it just makes so much sense to do that. Now, it's almost like we have to start thinking about how we're going to book this card for All In now, just so we can start piecing things together, as we are 3 pay-per-views away from the biggest show of the year for AEW. Swerve does seem like he's 100% for everyone, not him. Yeah. TK has to see that Osprey is the guy right now. Yeah, and here's the thing. And, many people have said it, and, I hate to... We were talking about Bully Ray being an idiot, but many other people have said stuff like this before, and it also drives you nuts. You have... Many people talk about how the title makes a person or the person makes a title. Well, the title is prestigious enough now in many ways. Moxley's taken it down a fair bit. Jesus, Fox. Osprey was going to do his cocky little run around and AR Fox sort of intercepted there. But I don't think Osprey needs the title at all. I do think after everything that's happened, hey Nick, it's all good. I don't blame you for not joining earlier. Thank you for joining. Right now, the most that we usually get in here is just the updates of when everybody's going live of all the people I support and whatnot as to go across. I will be redoing it and doing up different ideas for topics, and I want to make it a little bit more about you guys and, you being able to bring your thoughts out on a lot of things that we're going to be talking about here in the future. Like, not only do I want to bring out that superheroes versus AEW stars, I also want to give you guys the opportunity to bring some other stuff, right? Yeah, that we were talking about that earlier, McGee, that, Mox drove 11 hours to the show just to be used as a human pincushion. But that's what you do when you're the face of the company. Look who's all here tonight. Mercedes, Osprey, Tony Storm, Cope. All the people that are guaranteed workhorses, guaranteed to be a part of the heavy production of this company, and the no excuses crew, I think, is the best way to put it. And you notice all these matches have been getting a lot of time tonight. I am a little bit worried because this match needs to end a little sooner, because unless we're getting a lot of overtime tonight, it looks like there might be a possibility that the women's match might go short. Which, granted, for Bane and Statlander, that could be a little reasonable. I said it before, I'll say it again, I'll say it forever. Will Ospreay is the king of the Y button. And if you're not familiar with the Y button in WWE 2K20, whatever, the Y button is the reversal button. All you see is reverse, 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 counter, 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 counter. Like, he is the king of the Y button. He's an Assassin's Creed guy. He likes video games. He'll know what I'm talking about. If he ever watches this, I highly doubt he ever will. Something I can't do in Showcase. We're going to be firing that up right after we're done here, and we might be setting a roster up for what we're going to be doing for my GM coming up, but I don't even know if we can. So you guys are going to be finding out in real time just like I am. I've already downloaded I think 20 or 30 AEW wrestlers, and Jesus! Mox is a real one, absolutely. This is how he loses. Jesus! Jesus H. Christ there. How often do you see people spin out of a 450 now? Like, they just land on their feet and do a somersault. He went face first into that mat. So when it comes to create a wrestler based off your community, I want to wait and see, Zodiac, have you got the game already? Hey, Vic, have you gotten the game already or no? Queen of the Ring coming to Canada April 4th. Hey! Hey, that's fine. No, don't ever... Because what we might have just saw it on my Twitter. Hey, I'm just glad it's coming up here. Oh, I see you there, Nick. I'll get that retweet out right away here. I've always been a sucker for Emily Bet Records, too. Felicity Smoke is just... There you go. You've wanted to see it. There you go. Loved her, absolutely. Like, perfect character for that. Perfect person for that character. And I just saw, I watched an interview today with O'Shea Jackson with her. And she literally did not know a thing about wrestling before she took on this movie. But she has a lot more respect for it now, which she wasn't going over anything stupid like the...
Dynasty. It will be Jon Moxley versus Swerve Strickland for the AEW World Championship. With that in mind, please welcome Hangman Adam Page. Hangman, I'm pretty sure I know the answer to this question, but I feel the need to ask it regardless. What are your thoughts on this match being official?
You saw her explaining it? Yeah. And she explained just the difference in the community there. Hangman got a haircut. Girls were getting out of control. Yeah. So we're getting Saturday. We're getting Cole and Garcia, which will be a lot of fun. Sunday we're getting Johnny TV and oh god, somebody's gonna slam dunk him. Julia Hart nominee. Okay, that'll be a win on Saturday. I just love the confidence that Julia Hart has now. But yeah, Saturday's going to be a lot of fun. Sunday will be a lot of fun. We will be here. Okay, that's a group. Romero there to get pinned. Okay, top flight there, Foxwell. Yeah, Death Riders are actually defending their title. Harley's in the. Harley's there. Great to see him get a solid few without championships. Exactly. Oh, that's going to be a fun lucha match on Sunday too. This is going to be like the old school Rampages. And I'm not talking about how it ended. I'm talking about how it started. The fastest hour of wrestling all weekend here is going to be going a little bit crazy and a little bit sudden everywhere. All right, we're hitting a commercial break here, but as tradition, before we hit the main event, give you guys a little bit of rundown what's happening here. For those on YouTube, thank you for checking things out. I appreciate you, as well as everybody watching this on Twitch. The OGs watching over here on Twitch, twitch.tv/MikeTheRef, youtube.com/backbreakervideo. Next time we're going to be live on Twitch after we're done. Tonight we're going to get to WWE 2K25. We're going to go see if we can create a roster for our My GM series. I don't know exactly how we're going to do it. We might be creating some wrestlers. We might be downloading some stuff. It's going to be a little bit of insanity. We really don't know what we're doing here tonight. So tomorrow morning, we're going to be here with a little bit of baseball here. MLB The Show 25. Get a little bit of our grind in. That's pretty much going to be our focus game for the rest of the month. When we're not taking part in WWE here. So we will be here tomorrow with that. No stream Friday. Saturday and Sunday, we will be here for Collision both nights. I can't tell you what time. It's just after basketball. So we will be here for the Sidecast on both. I'm going to play it by ear. I'll let you guys know on Sunday about, about Monday. See, maybe we get some more baseball in on Monday. And then next Wednesday, we'll be back here with AEW Dynamite. So asking about the show, I will say the show is a lot tougher this year than it was last year, the early power creep. Last year, they were willing to give us power cards that were overpowered to begin the game, and then just broke it up into certain seasons where you couldn't use certain cards throughout it. The fact that you're having to work your way up makes hitting a lot tougher. And I mean a lot tougher. For me to ask, but I'm not hitting anything anymore. No, it's because you're dealing with players that are under power compared to what you were dealing with last year at this time. My recommendation, get into the minutes. Go into some easier stuff to get yourself some new cards. That the Diamond Quests, get into those. But yeah, we can talk about that a lot more tomorrow during stream here. There's a lot more things that are going to be coming down here, down the pipe, both on our gaming channel and our YouTube channel and our wrestling YouTube channels. And more than anything else, everybody, I just want to thank each and every one of you for joining me on this ride. It's a lot of fun hanging out with all of you. And a lot of the improvements are because of you. And here comes Mercedes, and I wonder if Athena shows up here. She's still 45 away from the record.
You know what? You're right. That kid did put up a fight. You know, that kid really has a lot of heart. But it takes more than heart to beat me. I mean, who trained her? Who mentored her? I mean, whoever trained her knows nothing about professional.
Oh, here we go.
She might have had a chance at beating me for this tonight.
Oh, here we go.
No, she wouldn't. Because I am the greatest TBS champion of all time. And with that stupid kid Billy Starks learned tonight, that there's no stopping the money train. On to 17-0. Bye, Renee. See ya.
She just mentioned her trainer.
She really is. I mean,
She's a dead woman.
incredible fight, but
What in the world? Don't you ever wish you could be careless and fancy free just like Mercedes, or it's like Tony is? I was going to say like Mercedes is. She's like so high strung. I would never say that about her. All right, Zodiac McGee. There you go. All for you. Paragon, all for you. Hope you appreciate it. What does the damn shirt say for Penelope there? Stop copying me. This is just so stupid. With all due respect, this whole segment was stupid with just to protect Thunder Rosa. Don't distract me, I'm concentrating. So excited. Paradox, yeah. My apologies, Paradox. I called you Paragon, my bad. We were thinking about MJF earlier, my bad, my apologies. No, Mercedes and Athena is going to be fun. I hope they wait till at least Double or Nothing for it. But I got a feeling they're going to do it right at Dynasty. They're not even going to wait now. And once again, folks, it is Saturday night. Love the shirt. Love the old... I love this style. It's the old 80s Flash style. Well, it's basically out of Saturday Night Fever, right? I'm surprised there isn't a Thunder Rosa at ringside right now. Taz is done. Not even a minute in and Taz is done. Nice shot. How do I not have a boo on here? Oh my god, I'm going to have to fix that. But in terms of your follow-up to your comment, McGee, on that April 16, 17 that they're advertising for Dynamite and Collision, because nothing I say is worth a boo. 16th and 17th of April in Boston. That is where AEW Dynamite breaks WCW's record for longest wrestling show on TBS. Why is Tony like talking like a? Well, I guess I know why she's talking like she's out of a Harlequin romance also. Starmodo Dragon. Come on, get it right, Taz. Jesus. Bishop's next account. Oh, yeah. No, don't worry. I think he will definitely be offline that day. Nitro did really last time. I don't know why it seemed longer. But, well, the thing is, Nitro felt like it started a lot earlier because it started during the Hogan red and yellow era still, right? But it was just before Nash Hall. It wasn't a hell of a lot. There wasn't a hell of a lot of waiting for that, so. But we're going to be able to talk about that. That is 4 weeks away. Maybe we'll have to bring in some party favors. Bring in some celebrations and, some. Shout out to our friend over here at, 5 years goes a lot faster when you're a geezer. Amen, brother. Like, let's think about this. 5 years ago this week, we were all getting locked into our houses. What's scarier is that AEW is already there, though. That time is great. Yeah, like, the biggest thing about these 5 years is the fact that 3 of them we were basically trapped inside, most of us. I know it's changed my life completely, some for the worse, some for the better. Definitely you guys are the better part about it. Well, Stat almost lost her knee there. Again, yeah. Love Tony Storm on commentary. I don't blame you. Like, never leaves character no matter what she's doing. Knows what she's got to do and knows exactly how things got to go, right? If you had asked me earlier, I said Nitro was on for 20 years or something. No, because a lot... You got to remember for the time when Hogan debuted at WCW, their top show was WCW Saturday Night. Like, yeah. Think about that for a second. If any of you have watched any of the episodes of WCW Saturday Night, they were basically your typical... You're going to have 6 matches on the card. 5 of them are going to be jobber matches just to get your guys over. Then you're going to have 1 mid-card match that hopefully will help you set up towards a pay-per-view. Yeah, but that was still Turner. I think it was TNT. Yeah. Oh, eventually. Well, no, that was when it got moved to Universal. Saturday Night used to be on the road all the time. Then once Nitro started, they moved Saturday Night to Universal permanently, and then that's where they could do that ring spin. Yeah, like, could you imagine trying to work in a ring that spinned all the time? I guess you really wouldn't feel it. Or would you? And that's why, well, when wrestlers work the way that they did back then, that actually would make a lot of sense why it would do that, right? Because if your stuff is more mat-based, more slow, more methodical as you do it, you can work in a spinning ring because you're not really moving. You're lying down, putting a headlock on somebody for 10 minutes. Which, yes, we've seen a lot of that, so. Just retweeting out a bunch of local wrestlers who have announced they're going down to Vegas for Media Week and want to get booked. Be like on a merry-go-round, I would imagine. Almost impossible to stay standing up. Fair enough. Oh, God. Blocked Fate's Descent. Oh, Booker T gonna be loving axe quick. Tony's glass. Yeah, I'm on the edge of my seat here. I'm firmly playing. Huh? See, having the women main event here is turning out to be a and these two are going at it. They're getting overtime. Jesus! Oh, Penelope's gone. Aubrey, what do you do with the underhand throw? Trent still been nursing an injury, from what I've heard. All let's just throw pump kicks out every. Oh, God. These ladies are throwing power bombs out like they're transition moves. Sorry, don't know what happened there. Well, I don't know where the step on me come in, but I'll just leave that there.
I mean, look at the power. Look at the power.
Tony looks like she's having a stroke at ringside right now.
Popular around town, the prettiest girl.
Jesus! Right on the shoulders. And no sell. And Megan's the same way. Let's go. I'm sure Bully's got a lot to say about this. Don't tell me Megan's going to dive. Jesus! Megan turning into a missile. Let's go. They are literally beating the hell out of each other. They're making a statement. The women get the main event. And Megan and Chris get it over Mercedes and Billy. Which, let's face it, Mercedes would be, you know, you would think Mercedes would be politicking for that main event spot, right? If the women are going to be main eventing, why isn't it for the title? And instead, they decide to put these two on. Into the apron. She missed, so they're going to... Oh, right into Tony. Well, if Megan wants to be a heel, this is how to do it, right? And of course, they're going to hit that with, yeah. Of course, Statlander hitting Tony Storm is going to be the biggest cause of the issue, right? She's literally taping her right hand right now. Who would have thought somebody in a dress would be in a fight tonight? Hockey fight! Well, this is how you're going to end the show tonight. This is a hell of a way to do it. This crowd is all over it right now. Well, for anybody that said this match wasn't going to be worth it on Dynasty, the build-up is here now. What the?
You keep looking at my title, but you don't have much to say. So I'm gonna make this very easy for you. You and I shall have a date at Dynasty!
All right. Well, we got our third match official at Dynasty.
Eyes shake and your body quake, and I'll leave with this strap on
I want to know how much Tony Khan has to go into Warner Brothers Studios every Thursday after Tony's been on the mic. And how much of a fine does he have to pay for some of the stuff she says? A lovely tension beast who apparently owns a strap-on title. Tony's best wrestler on the mic. Well, she's been given the green light. Could you imagine her doing this stuff in WWE? No, because they would never let her loosen up that much. But you wanted to ask why they had the title match between Swerve and Cope in the middle and this at the end? There's your reason. That's how they're going out. The crowd going crazy over Tony and her promo. Like literally, that's why this main evented. This is why Tony and Mariah should have main evented at Revolution. No matter what TK says, I think he knows that. But yeah, overall, hell of a show tonight. Ospreay or Fox was awesome. Billy Starks and Mercedes was absolutely phenomenal. The four-way, we had the four-way, we had the Omega, we ended up with a three-way match. That was and once again, another very well done match. Like, having everything put together so well tonight. Like, it was a fun night of wrestling altogether. And Dynamite, like, for all the crap I gave them about Collision being everybody gets 2 segments, very boring show, this makes up for it in spades. Now let's make these 2 1-hour shows really worth it with a lot of good action coming up right after the NCAA tournament. So, but yeah, with that being said, I think that's going to wrap it up for this part of the show here. For those on Twitch, hang on. We're going to go to a break here in a second. For those on YouTube, we're going to be continuing the fun with WWE 2K25. Oh, Jesus, the first time I've used those words here on stream, it appears. We're going to be cracking open the game. We're going to be looking at creating a few wrestlers. And when they do things with stories, we get good shows. Absolutely. And that's great, Paradox. That's exactly a very good point about what's going on here. But yeah, for those on the old YouTubes, join us over here on twitch.tv/MikeTheRef. We are going to be hanging out here and playing some WWE 2K25. If you're heading out, join us here on Saturday, whenever basketball's done, for AEW Collision Saturday and Sunday. We will have a dual stream here for both nights here. So, but once again, everybody on YouTube, thank you for being here. Always appreciate you popping in here. And always remember, be part of the solution, don't be part of the problem. And we'll see y'all here next time on Backbreaker Video. Take care, everyone. I'm gonna